Book printers are asking for more automated binding and finishing solutions. They want better integration of printing and finishing equipment, more case binding solutions for digital printing. What is your key area of focus in developments with your finishing partners? We touched a little bit about finishing, but specifically, I mean, what have you been doing? What is missing, and what are you working on? I mean, for those of you who are on the inkjet side, I mean, what's there, and for you, John, I mean, what's happening on the electrophotographic and toner-based side?
Inline is not always essential. When you're at the smaller commercial print level, they don't always have the dedicated volume that allows them to take the risk of saying, I'll put that finisher in line. They want the advantage of doing it, but they can't afford to slave that printer to just finishing. So our focus, which you'll see at Ricoh, is we've done some things that enable them to work inline or out of line with some of the inline finishing solutions that we're bringing for the high-end cut sheet, because they need the flexibility. And it's a little easier to do that on smaller finishing platforms because you don't have the issue that you have when I'm trying to put a Mueller Martini in line or a magnet system where I have to have the PLCs being able to talk to each other upline and downstream so the operator can sit there and see what's going on. So we have a different integration problem, but the demand for having that option, put it in line or out of line, is coming from all levels now. Whereas before, not so much noise at the smaller end, but now they need that when they want to run in line, how can I do it in line? But when I want to be out of line because I've got 3 or 4 binding styles I'm going to do with this one little book, take it out of line. I think the other thing that you see that goes with finishing is you must have the workflow to be able to do that. You're going to have to be able to have productivity apps built into your system so that when that printer says, fine, here's my work mix, the apps are already there in the workflow. So as Nick was talking about, the files flow seamlessly into the workflow and drive the work. The small guy has the same problem as the big guy does, needing to be able to do this in an automated, lights-out fashion. So they both go hand in hand. And you'll see a lot of that. And then everybody talked about hardcover. I'm going to Drupa, and I can't wait to see what I see in hardcover. We finally have something that's more economical at a reasonable price for nice-looking, short-run hardcover binding.
We've really made a focused effort to drive to industry standards for easy connectivity, pre and post, using Type 1 interfaces. The variable languages upstream, whether it's JDF or XML, so that you've managed your automation there, again, has been key, and we've been able to integrate that into our, let's say, Prisma production solution. In terms of specific partners, we've heard a lot of our customers say we'd really like one neck to choke per se, or one neck to come talk to, right? So I can ensure my uptime is strong. And so we've gone ahead and work with our partners so that we go ahead and sell their solution as well as service their solution. And when that call comes in, should there be a problem, they come back and we can resolve that right away. We've been working with LaserMax on dropping the thickness of the sheet so you can really start running a lot of really thin religious type work, which is a fairly substantial side of the book industry. And then we have an announcement at Drupa with our partnership with Man Roland and enabling their inline book folder solution to handle inline signatures, and they have a couple other newspaper with our functions. But anyway, so we've really driven to the inline and then kind of ran it all in and working really tightly for that integration at OC.
Right now, in terms of the finishing and post-processing types of solutions, we're working with all the key providers like everybody else here. We tend to work most things near line or offline. There are some inline solutions. But you have to look at the specific application, how well fit it is to do it inline. And some of them work. I mean, we have installation at Pearson today that we run inline that works. And many of them don't work because of the various book thicknesses or the amount of content, or don't work well inline. So we have ability to do it inline. We have ability to do it near line. We continue to enhance the interface. We're going to look at the next generation interface, and we're working with some of our pre-post partners and some other people at the table here at the next generation interface as the next step in terms of finishing. And I'd say utilizing current finishing equipment is optimum, but also for those mid-sized to low-end printers, we're looking at lower cost solutions from some of our partners like LaserMax, Hunkler, Kern. We're working on IBIS. So we're working with all those on different types of lower end solutions that are a better fit for the mid to smaller size commercial printers.
if I'm to simplify it down to one thing, I guess our focus in terms of how we're working with the finishing partners is good outs. At the end of the day, I think virtually all of our systems that are really focused in book manufacturing are inline systems. And what we've had to internalize, much as we'd like to think we're the center of the universe and the press is what it's all about, it really is a whole system. And so it's getting good outs out of that entire system. That's really where the majority of our energy is. The other thing I would touch on is that we're working very closely with all of the different partners to be more harmonized in terms of our technology developments, right? So giving them visibility to our pace of evolution, where the speeds are going to be, the widths, the substrates, and all of those kind of things. Coordination is really going to be critical as we move forward.